Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're making blueberry cheesecake macarons. These are really good. They taste exactly like a blueberry cheesecake. It's a regular macaron shell with a blueberry cream cheese frosting, and they are cute. I dyed them blue. They are very decadent, very good. Tastes like cheesecake, like I said. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy this video. I had some issues with it, but that's just the joy of baking. You're always gonna mess up on something, but it's what you do to fix it. That's what counts. And I fixed it. For our macaron shells, you want to go ahead and measure out 110 grams of almond flour and put that into a bowl with a sifter, and we're gonna sift that. And then measure out 200 grams of powdered sugar. We're going to put that into the same sifter that we did our almond flour. Try not to make a big mess, because I do. And then wipe out your bowl so you don't get any sugar in your eggs. Set that aside, and now we're going to measure out 100 grams of egg whites. If you don't have a scale at your house, I will put down in the description cup measurements, or metric measurements I think it is. Well, cup measurements of everything that I'm putting in here, just so you don't have to go out and buy a scale just for macarons. Okay, put this in your mixing bowl, which I have over here. Right here, put it in here, all the egg. Should have just measured it in here, but you know, whatever. And then put that aside, and we're gonna measure out our sugar, and then get to whipping. And measure out 50 grams. Okay, so now that we have our eggs in here with a whisk attachment, we want to beat these on high speed until we get soft peaks. Okay, but now that we have our egg whites to soft peaks, we want to slowly add in our sugar. And now we have stiff peaks. Now that we have our meringue set aside, we're going to go ahead and sift our powdered sugar and almond flour together. Now that we have our dry mix sifted, we are going to slowly and gently fold it into a meringue in 3 parts. 1 part, fold it around, and then through. Fold it around, and then through. It leaked. That sucks. That really sucks. Oh my god, that sucks so much. Oh, that sucks. And since we are making blueberry cheesecake macaroons, I am going to tint my macaron shell blue, just because why not? I have gel food coloring. You don't want to do liquid food coloring with macaroons because it will change everything and make everything just not work. And there we go. Ribbon stage. That's what you want. And then we're going to go ahead and fill these up in a packing bag. Let's go ahead and pipe some little macaroons. I'm going to trace circles on the bottom side of the parchment, so I have a template to go by. If you have an actual macaroon mount with the little circles in them, lucky you, but I don't. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Here are my circles, and I'm going to go ahead and get my baking sheet, and then I'm going to get some of my leftover batter and dab 4 little circles on each corner where the parchment will lay so it doesn't roll up as it's baking or as they're sitting out to dry. Whenever you are piping these, you don't want to pipe them completely to the edge of the circle because they will spread out as they sit some. So leave like a centimeter or 2 gap in between the actual macaroon shell and then the circle you drew out. And there we go. We have our little macaroons piped out, and they are spreading to where they are like in line with the circle, which makes me really happy because usually that doesn't happen. All right, so you will have batter left over. You can half this if you want. I'm just gonna pipe more of them on a different pan because they are so good, and you're just gonna have to eat all of them. That's okay. All right, so after we pipe these, you want to go ahead and tap them on your surface. Not too hard. You don't want to just completely let them go everywhere, but just enough to where you can see the air bubbles coming up. And just tap them about 3 or 4 times. And there we go. And so we're going to let these sit for about 30 minutes, And then we're going to set our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And then once the oven is done, we're going to go ahead and put these in. Now that our oven has gone off, we're going to go ahead and put these in for 9 to 12 minutes. I do it for 10 minutes and then check them, and if they're not dry on top and they don't have a good little set of feet on them, I'll put it in for a couple minutes more. Okay, so I record my videos on my iPhone, and I didn't know, but as I was making the buttercream, I ran out of storage. And so I was sitting here talking to myself, sitting here making it and everything, not knowing that it's not recording. But yeah, we have some cream cheese frosting right here, so I'm just gonna kind of go over what I did. I sifted a cup of powdered sugar, and I had a stick of butter and 8 ounces of cream cheese. I put the cream cheese and butter in here and mixed it on high until it was creamy and all mixed together. And then I slowly added in my powdered sugar just as it was going, just kind of dumped some in at a time. And that's where we are now. And I'm about to add in my vanilla extract. So we're just gonna start from here. Okay, so it's 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Well, that might have been a little more, but oh well. To make this an actual blueberry cheesecake filling, we're gonna take our blueberry jam. All it is simple syrup and blueberries. All I did is boiled water and sugar together on high heat in a pan, and then added my blueberries, stirred them some, let them reduce, and then crushed them with a fork and let them sit for a while, put it in a separate bowl, and put it in the fridge to cool. And now here they are. I'm gonna spill them everywhere, but it's like thick, gooey jam. I'm gonna squeeze out the jam from the actual blueberries because I don't want any chunkies in our buttercream. So this doesn't make a lot. Since we're doing it for macaroons, we don't need a lot of filling. Now we're gonna add this into our frosting, and it's purple. All right, and then I'm just gonna scrape down the sides of the bowl. Now I'm just gonna stick this in the fridge for a couple minutes just to cool down a little bit so it'll be easier to pipe and it won't run everywhere. Okay, so I've moved y'all over here because I want to show you something. Look at these. Like, it's hard to tell. Because it is super hot in my apartment, as they were sitting to cool, they like overbaked some. They were like already cooking, and then I stuck them in the oven, and they got so hot that they started burning, and the feet literally decided to go walking, and so it spread. Like on here, I don't even know if you can tell, but see, like on here, I've already tried taking them off, and the whole bottom part of the macaroon like stuck to the parchment, and like the insides weren't even cooked. Like it got so hot on the outside, but it did not penetrate the inside to cook them. So in the middle, it's all like raw and everything. That sucks because that's like more than half of my macaroons right there. Baking is, there's always something that goes wrong. And it happens to be a lot, but hey, like you just kind of gotta, deal with it and work with it. Like, yeah, they still taste delicious. I had 3 of them. What I did for the second batch is I turned the oven down to 300 degrees. And I literally sat down on my floor right in front of the oven and like sat there with my face like in the little door thing and just kept watching them because I was not gonna let them burn. But obviously it's not clear and you can't see through it perfectly, but they still kind of burnt, but they actually look really better than the other ones. But the feet look nice, and I'm so scared I'm gonna break these. It still messes up, even though I thought they were good. They're not. But yeah, they're still raw. They don't come off. Yeah. Alright guys, so I made another batch. I wanted to get this right. What I did differently is instead of adding the food coloring at the very end, I added it to the actual meringue. I set the temperature to about 290, and I put the macaroons on the bottom rack instead of the top rack. I'm gonna hope, fingers crossed, that that's gonna work. I put them in for 12 minutes, tested them, the little tops were wobbly, and then I set them in for another 3 minutes, so that's 15 minutes, right? Yeah, 15 minutes. They still were a little gooey on the inside. That's when I tried one of them. So I put them on the top rack instead of the bottom rack, and I set it for 4 minutes. A couple of them got brown on the edges, but other than that, they are perfect. They are fine. and I am so happy. I don't have to make them again. Like, that's cool, you know? That's awesome. So yeah, now we're gonna start making these macaroons and put them together. I have our blueberry cream cheese frosting in a piping bag with a 1M star tip. And what I'm gonna do is go ahead and match up 2 macaroons that fit each other. I have a whole mountain of them, so I'm gonna do some digging. Haha, here we go. We're gonna pipe a little circle around them, like that, and then put the top on. So there we go, guys. My blueberry cheesecake macarons. I hope, oh, I moved it. Oops. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I did. I hope it was very informative because it obviously did not work out very well as I planned. As you can see, it did work out. So yeah, leave a comment down below if you have any other suggestions or have anything else to say, and I will see y'all later. Bye.